Hello there. Hey, I want to go over the directions for what we're doing for writing today. So when you click on writing for today, it should take you to this folder, Parent Teacher Conference Self Evaluation, and then you open the folder and you'll see my directions up there. So you're watching it right now, and then you're gonna see this Parent Teacher Conference Self Evaluation. You'll click it, and what that's gonna have in there in your assignment is this Google slide. It's in a Google slide, so this evaluation. And it's going to look like this. Okay? It's parent teacher evaluation. And this is a self evaluation. A self evaluation is when you look at yourself, right? And you kind of analyze yourself and you grade yourself on different things and you rate yourself. Um, and so I found it's helpful for you guys to do that. And especially for parent teacher conference, what I'll do is you'll fill it out and then I'm going to share it with your parents, and it gives us something to talk about and to see. It's your chance to be represented in the parent teacher conference, even though you're not there. So let me go over what that is going to entail. So this is your self-evaluation. You notice here, make sure you put your name. So make sure you write your name in this box right here. Okay. In fact, we're going to go ahead and make it blue. Just like that. Boop. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is there are these different categories. Okay. And then you notice there's a scale of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And so, for instance, I listen and follow directions. So your job then is to, ask yourself, how well do I listen and follow directions? And be honest with yourself, right? Be honest. Be honest with me. Be honest with your parents, right? I love you all, but none of us are perfect in everything there. Okay. So be honest and rate yourself on a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 scale. 5 being the best, 1 being I need a lot of improvement. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to move this circle over whichever rating you're going to give yourself. So if you're going to give yourself a 3, you'll move the circle over there. If it's 4, you'll move it there, 5 there, 2, 1, and just put it right on there. Okay. And then for each one, too, I want you to explain. Well, why'd you give yourself that rating? Okay. So if you gave yourself a 2, explain why you gave yourself a 2 and what you could improve on. And you'll do that in this box here. So you can erase the text here and you'll explain why you gave yourself that rating. Okay. And so you're going to do that for every one of these. So you're going to rate yourself. So you move the circle again over whichever one you want. Again, if you accidentally delete the circle or you mess it up, just press that undo button. Or you can go and insert your own circle too if you accidentally delete it. You can figure it out. Okay, so let's take a look at the different categories. So you're going to rate yourself on a scale 1 through 5. I listen and follow directions. Okay, rate yourself, explain. I give my best effort. So you're going to ask yourself, do I give my best effort, or how often do I give my best effort? Okay, and you'll rate that. And you'll explain. I am respectful to my peers and adults. So that means, are you respectful to your classmates? Are you respectful to adults? Okay. And maybe you feel like you're really respectful to adults, but maybe not so much with the other students. So then you might give yourself maybe a 3, and you could say, hey, I'm really respectful with adults. I could be more respectful with other students, I think. So that's kind of gives you an idea with both those. I persevere when things get tough. So how well do you think you persevere? Rate yourself on a scale 1 through 5. Explain. I am responsible with my work and my things. So are you responsible with your work and your materials and your space and all of that? How responsible would you give yourself? Scale 1 through 5. I am kind to my peers. So how kind do you feel you are to your peers? And peers would be your classmates, obviously. I am trustworthy. So basically, can you be trusted to do what you're supposed to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing it, etc.? Give yourself a rating on a 1 through 5. And then explain why you gave yourself that rating. I can complete my work independently. So does that mean I can generally complete most of my work by myself? I don't need that much help. I can figure it out. Okay, that's independently. So, and it's okay if you feel like, oh man, I have to ask for help a lot, or I'm a little too dependent on other people. Well, then be honest about that, right? And then explain why you gave yourself that rating. I ask for help when I need it. So, do you feel like you do a good job of asking for help when you need it, or do you feel like, oh, maybe we need to improve upon that? I should ask for help more, and rate yourself and explain. So again, I'm going to say this: I love you all. However, no one is perfect. So if I look and I see you giving yourself all fives, okay, you're not being honest with yourself there, and your parents going to know that, and then it makes for a awkward conversation starter when we discuss with your parents. Okay, be like, okay, obviously your kid's not being totally truthful here, so be honest, right? Maybe you're a 5 in some areas, you feel like you're 5, but maybe you feel like you're a 2 in some areas, or maybe feel like you're a 4 in some areas and a 3 in some other areas, right? So they shouldn't all be the same. They should all be different, right? You don't want them all threes. You don't want them all two, because each of you has different strengths and different weaknesses. But the important part is to just be honest. So you're being honest for yourself. You're being honest for me. You're being honest for your parents. On the second sheet here is you're going to answer these questions. So you're going to say, what is something I want to improve about myself socially? So socially means like in regards to other classmates. Okay. So we're not talking about like a subject or anything socially. So maybe you want to make more friends. Maybe you want to get closer friends. You want to be kinder to people. You want to be more patient with your classmates. So answer that. Something you want to improve about yourself socially? Okay. And so these should be, again, when you're writing these things, write complete sentences, use capital letters, use periods, because your parents are going to look at this, and you want to be a good representative for yourself. You don't want your parent looking out. My kid doesn't even use capital letters, right? Doesn't use periods. Write a full sentence for these. What steps am I going to take to reach that goal? So what's something you want to improve about yourself socially? Explain it, and explain what you're going to do to try to improve. So what are you going to do to try to improve there? And then what is something you want to improve about yourself academically? And again, be specific. So academically means like subject-wise. So maybe I need to get better at long division. I need to get better with my multiplication facts or my division facts. Or I want to be a better reader. I want to read more, etc. So you do that, and then explain what steps you're going to take then. If you want to, for instance, you want to read more independently. You want to become a better reader, and you want to read more independently. You would explain it here. And what steps are you going to take to reach that goal? Well, maybe those steps would be, when I have free time, I'm going to read a book. Okay, my free choice is going to be, I'm going to choose to read a book. You could say that. That would be a step you could take to reach that goal. And then finally, you're going to explain, so far this year, the thing I've enjoyed most about the 4th grade is what? Okay. So again, this is something that I will share with your parents at your parent-teacher conference, and we're going to talk about it. When we talk about you, right? So be honest. It's not a grade that you're going to be like, well, okay, they said they're the best, so they get an A. No. We appreciate honesty. I appreciate honesty and honest feedback. And to improve with anything, you need to be honest with yourself, right? Because again, none of us are perfect. And believe it or not, I'm not even perfect, right? So there's lots of things I can improve upon too. So you're going to fill that out. Make sure it's totally complete. Okay. And I need this filled out pretty early today because a lot of you have parent-teacher conference or have parent-teacher conference with your parents today, this afternoon. So I'll need this to be filled out completely so I can share it with them by this afternoon. All right. And then just make sure you submit when you're done. And if you have questions, obviously, let me know as you are working on it. Okay. And then good luck. And remember, be honest.